I have of course, there's always segues into this, and I relish the moments of lining up with the answer side as opposed to the question. So in this co-creative experience and listening to your body and the environment, I had this set of contrasts this year.
Before you go further, we're going to interrupt just briefly and say, we know what you mean by listening to your body,
Yeah.
but that's like the question, how do I get rid of doubt? And we said to the woman, you do it before it gets there. So rather than listening to you after the fact, then yeah, listen to your body. But before the fact, tell your body what you want.
Well, it was a point of vibration I didn't know I had.
Well, that's wonderful to figure it out, isn't it?
It's been very interesting. That's the softest way I can say it. And there's a piece of when this medical thing happened this year, I believed I was chugging along and appreciating how things worked out, the doctors that came forward, the treatments that came available. And I remembered, because something else happened as a complication of the treatment that I got, that I was sicker. And I don't see myself as someone who's ill. I'm not ill. That's just not who I know I am. My larger general place of the broadest sense of knowing who I am. And I had the recollection of Abraham saying, well, don't worry. If you don't know about this contrast, it'll get bigger. And so I had this revelation that this resistance was bigger. So my question is, so now I'm on the resolution side, and I believe that physical illness is manifestation of resistance and thought patterns. And there was a setup that I didn't know I had, and I'm trying to work around how much you have to clean up the resistance where it was, because I thought I had let it go and wasn't focusing on it, and it got worse. And then when I looked at it and tried to figure out some of the physical or some of the resistance that I had, I believed I gained some understanding. I'm not sure where to go now.
One day, Jerry and Esther were in Orlando, and they were driving in a car. They weren't in the bus. They were in a car. They'd left the bus. And Esther was driving, and she was following the navigational system. And suddenly, Jerry said, you know you're going in exactly the wrong direction. And Esther said, no, I'm not. Jerry said, yeah, you are, because this is here and we're here and we want to go there and you're headed in the wrong direction. And Esther said, I did everything the navigational system told me to do. And Jerry, always so wise, said, that's probably true. But just the same, we're headed in exactly the wrong direction. And Esther said, how can that be? And Jerry said, why does that matter? And Esther said, because Esther did not want to have made a mistake. Esther did not want to have been prepaving something unwanted. And so Esther said, well, the navigational system must have something wrong with it. Or I misunderstood it. And she so wanted to know at what point that wrongness had occurred. So she said, what do you think about going back where we started? We'll set the navigational system back into the beginning, and we'll watch really closely to figure out where this went wrong. And Jerry said, or we could just start where we are and head in the direction of where we want to be. Why go back and figure out where it went wrong? Because nothing ever really goes wrong. And so that's the most important thing. Where you if you can accept that where you are right now is the perfect place to be in relationship with everything that's in your vortex. And that's the most important thing that we've ever said to anyone.
Yeah.
Because it is so easy to say, no, wait, I don't want to be here, or I didn't want to be here, or this went wrong. But if you could just say and mean, where I am is just right, given all that I want. I might not understand it, I might not be sensitive enough to the vibrational path to understand the benefit of all of that. You can even say, I wanted an easier route, or I wanted a route that felt more this way than this way. But if you can just accept that where you are is right, not wrong. That's the thing we want to say to you. Where you are, no matter where it is, in relationship to where you want to be, is right, not wrong. It's right, not wrong. Because you're starting where you are. And if you accept that it's right, then immediately you turn in the direction of what you want. But if you're standing where you are and you say, no, where I am, I shouldn't be, you turn in opposition to what you want, you see.
I thought I was looking at where I wanted to go.
We don't care about any of that.
And it didn't happen.
We don't care about any of that.
And then I started looking again.
We don't care about any of that.
We
don't care about any of that.
All right.
All we care about is where you are right now.
I'm in the hot seat. So something's working.
Can you hear what we're getting at?
Yeah.
Because here's another way of saying it in the midst of this conversation about unconditional love and not trying to fix conditions, just getting on the inside so much more. We'll get to deep places on this. You'll understand all of this. It is our promise to you. In light of all of the conversation about unconditional beingness, it's not easy for any of you to not stand where you are, wanting to explain the conditions that seemingly brought you here. And that causes you to throw resistance into your path, because there's judgment about how you got there, or about whether you should be there, or about even judgment about what the path of least resistance is about where you're going. And all of that throws unnecessary clutter on the trail. So Abraham, are you saying that everything about what I don't want is irrelevant to the conversation of where I want to be? And we're saying we never look there. And when you do, you're finding a condition that separates you from your true path every time. We know it's a long way from saying, okay, I'll just give it all up and I'll just go on my path. None of you are ready to do that. You're not ready to do that. But that's what all of these discussions are about, because every time you have another experience, you get more ready to do it. Because every time something happens in your life, you shoot off another rocket of desire that is more profound, more far-reaching, more important, that says, I want to feel good. I want to be in alignment.
I'm relishing the idea that I've really said so little about this, about the negative side of this, and how much I really have successfully maneuvered through this by looking at, because you know what, it really has worked. Because right now,
are you saying that you're having a step 4 experience?
Yes, because I feel
that you're
really
in the middle
good.
Of something
yes.
that under normal conditions, most people would be offering negative emotion about it.
Most
but you're
people
standing
yes.
in such stability about your well-being, that the well-being of who you are is so dominant that there is nothing that shakes you from that knowledge of well-being.
And
so now you are
yes.
embracing contrast in a way that So now you're not hiding from anything. You're not covering up from mosquitoes. You're
it's a stable footing. It's a gradual. That's what I'm saying. It's like, no, I'm not. It's like the step 4 thing, and it is clarity and unclarity. It's kind of going in and out, and I'm really relishing how much this is so much further along than where it would have been. And it's really amazing that it has this momentum of this thing happening, and it's really been a beautiful opportunity to say, yes, it works. Keep looking at what's worked. You're walking, you're breathing, you're moving, life is still going on, and I'm still going in the direction of where I want. And all that other stuff really has just been fading away.
We're enjoying every word that you spoke just now. We have just one small question that we want to put in the middle of all of that, and that is, can you say and mean that you've been enjoying the process of this unfolding?
I get it right now. Yes. Yes,
Yeah.
I got
Because when you're there, then every challenge is an opportunity, and every situation becomes an adventure. And don't worry, we're not trying to talk you into enduring. We're not trying to talk you into putting up with less than you want and just putting flowery words on it. We are promising you that through this understanding of vibration and through this willingness to focus on your mood first, that you enlist all of the forces of the universe, which is a bigger list than you can comprehend, who have been working for the well-being of you all the way from the time that you were not even identifiable as a cell. That when you care about your mood first and foremost, that as things unfold, and they will continue to, the richness of the unfolding will add to you. In other words, it really is as simple as this. A bigger buffet is always better than a limited buffet.
Yeah.
And when you bless all of the aspects of the buffet so that there's no guardedness in your vibration, then you throw no resistance on your trail. And when there's no resistance on your trail, now you are a pure extension of the source within you. And now you have instant, active, open valve, full-blown, experiential exposure to life with the source within you fully involved. Oh, when the source within you is fully involved, we always are, but when you are consciously aware of our involvement, that's when you start enjoying life. And that's what you said when you came. You said, I'll go. I'll mix it up. You'll be there. We'll figure it out. It'll be fun. It'll be fun and it'll be expansive. That's what you said. You didn't say it'll be complicated. You didn't say, I'll sort it out. You didn't say I'll wrestle it to the ground and kill it. You said, together we will co-create masterfully and joyfully.